Rank play is finally here in Black Ops 6, and you're probably needing the best settings for controller, audio, FPS, and graphics, and so much more. Well, thankfully today I have it all covered, so let's go ahead and jump right into the video so you guys can drastically improve your gameplay and make sure you have the best performance possible. So we're going to go over to settings, and we're going to go down to controller. Obviously, it's the most important. We're going to go ahead and make sure we have that aiming input device set to controller. We're playing Call of Duty at the end of the day. Symphony just said the other day that we need to be playing on controller, and he's a mouse and key main. For button layout, this is all personal preference. I play on tactical flipped, as well as the stick layout preset on default. Horizontal and vertical sensitivity, this is going to be personal preference here. You know, you can play on 6.6 through 8.8. It just is all personal preference. I play on 6.7. I know that sounds super weird. A lot of the pros have been saying that 7.7 is comparable to 6.6 from last year. For me personally, it feels a little too fast, so I have that horizontal on 6 and the vertical on 7 for when I'm snapping on people. For the simplified controls preset, we have off, off, off. And then we have, again, flipped on. And then for controller vibration, we have it set to off. And then for the dead zones, this is a very important setting here, guys. A lot of you may skip over. Please do not. You have the normal dead zone set to 15 on the minimums. So make sure you put the left stick minimum to 1, and then right stick maximum, or left stick maximum to 75. This will help with your movement, help it feel a lot more responsive, help everything feel more reactive. Whenever you're moving the stick, it feels like your character's moving and there's no delay. For the right stick minimum, make sure you have it set to 3, and then your right stick maximum on 99. You don't want to mess with the right stick maximum. Basically, you got to view your controller, your ring of your controller. If it's all the way to the edge, it's 100%. So if you start moving your right stick max lower, you're going to start overcorrecting your aim and missing. 99 helps you make those micromanagements from long and close range a lot easier. Everyone plays on 99 that I know of. And then for the left and right trigger, I have a battle beaver, so I have smart triggers, but that's why they're not on 0. If I put it on 0, I'll actually shoot on accident. Make sure you lower these, though. It will help your controller feel, again, a lot more responsive when you actually click that button. Then for the aiming settings, they added this. My sensitivity multiplier is set to 1. You can get tricky and, you know, go all over with this if you want. It's at 1 flat and then 0.95 here. Then actually, I do play on 0.95. I just completely lied to you guys. Then for the look conversion, set to standard. Aiming advanced settings, this is very important. Go in here, make sure your ADS sensitivity transition timing is set to instant. Put on aim response curve type to dynamic. People have said play on linear. I play on dynamic, and I have no problems aiming whatsoever. It's been a thing since 2019. It's been extremely good. So definitely make sure you guys check out dynamic. Try these settings out. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I've been frying, and I got some special tips for you, so make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video. Let's go ahead and move over to the movement tab here. This is very, very important on sprint assist, whatever you decide to play on, whether it's on or tactical sprint assist. If you like single tap run, or if you like single tap sprint, you can play with that. I play on tactical sprint assist, but then click show more, and you go down to sprint assist delay. Make sure you turn that down to 0, and then sprint assist sideways on and sprint assist backward on. So basically what that means is, while you're doing the omni movement, if you're going backwards, left, or right, trying to make those fast slides, it helps with your movement. You know, a lot of people have been doing these side slides where they run around a corner, then they cut back on somebody. This is very important. It allows that transition to be a lot easier, and you're not mashing your left stick playing Mortal Kombat. You're playing Call of Duty at the end of the day, so it makes it a lot easier if you have these settings on. Call of Duty just keeps adding more and more settings, so make sure you go through these thoroughly. Take your time on this video. And if you're trying to improve in ranked, I promise you I have really good settings that'll help you improve. Crouch assist, have to set to off. Mantle assist, have it off. Corner slice, I have this off. You can put this setting on if you want. It basically makes your character tilt to the side a little bit while you're playing. Again, it's personal preference. It actually doesn't mess your aim up or affect your aim or affect where you're aiming. It just kind of is a visual thing. I just don't think it's really needed, or I don't see a point in it whatsoever. For the slide dive behavior, I have it set to hybrid. This will allow you to kind of get kills while diving or maneuver around the map a little bit quicker and kind of fully engage in that omni movement. If you play on slide only, some people do, some people don't, but a lot of people are playing on hybrid because it allows you to dive as well as have the fast slide cancel and or long slide. Automatic airborne mantle we have on, sprint restore on, slide maintain sprint on. And then these are some Warzone settings down here that you really don't need to mess with too much. Now that we're done with controller, let's go ahead and hop over to the graphics. For the display, make sure you have it set to full screen exclusive here. It's a must. Make sure you have full screen exclusive. People play on borderless sometimes. I play on exclusive. Very, very important here. It will help with your frame tearing and a lot of different things. So make sure you play on exclusive. Then for the monitor, just whatever your main monitor is that you're playing on. Obviously, same thing with your adapter. Screen refresh rate, whatever monitor you're playing on, make sure it's set to the highest hertz on the PC itself, as well as inside of the game. Then same thing with resolution. I play on a 1440p monitor, so I have it set to 1440p. Aspect ratio automatic, NVIDIA reflex low latency, I have it on plus boost. These are, settings too that have gone over by a professional optimizer who optimizes tons of people in the industry and into the scene. So he's went over all these with me, and you can, follow the settings as well. I do have a really good PC, so you can adjust how you would prefer to. For the custom frame rate limit, I have it set to unlimited. Optimal here, then the rest of the settings aren't really changed at all. So let's go ahead and head over to quality. And once we get to quality, you're going to have graphic preset set to custom, render resolution 100. Make sure it is at 100. It will make everything blurry if not. Dynamic resolution set to off. Upscaling and sharpening, set it to fidelity cast. Then put it to the cast strength. Actually up this here. You're going to want to go ahead and put this to like 90 or 95. I have mine set to 90 is what I normally play on, and it feels really good to me. For the NVIDIA DLSS frame generation, put it off. VRM scale target 80. Variable rate shading, have it on. And then for the texture resolution, you can play with very low or low. It's really personal preference, completely up to you and kind of how you want your game to look. I adjust this sometimes depending on if I want it to look a little more sharp or a little bit better. For the depth of field, off. Detail quality, low. Particle resolution, very low. And a lot of these settings for FPS shooters are going to be low and or off. So then bullet impacts, persistent, off, low. Optimized here, low, very low, off, low. And like I said, it's, it may sound crazy, but you're going to want to get the most FPS that you can and not really have to have your PC working super hard for things that don't necessarily matter in multiplayer. Tessellation off, volumetric quality low, deferred physics quality off, weather grid quality off, and then the water quality, we have it set to off. Hit apply, then go to view. And this is important. Make sure you guys have these settings right here. For field of view, I have mine set to 100. That's what a lot of the pro players have been playing on. Anything more than that, you start to lose aim assist. I would not go any higher than 103. I play on 100 flat, and I've been loving it. ADS field of view, have it set to affected. Independent's going to make it super zoomed in and really just not feel good. It's going to make you miss a lot of people, especially with the omni movement and how fast this game is. You're going to want it on affected. Weapon field of view, have it set to wide. Again, the weapon looks smaller. So if you guys don't see on the right-hand side here, narrow, the weapon looks bigger. Default, the weapon looks as intended. And then wide, it actually makes the weapon look smaller, which is going to help with visual recoil. And it's also going to allow you to see more around you while you're running around the map. It's a cool setting that they added several years ago. Same thing with third person and vehicle field of view. Then world motion blur and weapon motion blur, make sure you have these set to off. And then the first person and third person camera movement, make sure you have these set to least. It's default at 100%. This makes everything shake and feel like you're literally in war. And it's so important that you turn this off. Like I said, it will allow you to actually be able to see what is going on your screen and not feel like you're shaking, everything's going crazy. And then for the last settings, the inverted flashbang, I have it set to off. Again, personal preference, completely up to you at the end of the day. Another thing that we're going to hop into here is going to be the audio. And I have the newest and latest Art tune. It is very important. I would definitely check out his channel if you guys haven't already. Art is War. He came up with an audio tune that you guys can do. It's completely free. And it's helped me be able to hear everything in the game and kind of fine-tuned everything. So I have my master volume set to 86, and then I have the gameplay and the cinematics volume basically off, and then dialogue and effects here at like 80. Personal preference for some of that. I've never played with the gameplay volume, just unneeded audio in the game. And obviously for the art tune, and then I have the 7.1 surround sound. If you're playing on PC, make sure you either have Windows default or the surround. If you have it on stereo, it sounds terrible, and you will not be able to hear anything whatsoever. For the enhanced headphone mode, I have it set to off. Audio mix, personal preference here. If you don't have any tune or anything, I'd play on Sucker Punch. I play on Treyarch Mix though. Sounds good to me, and I can basically hear everything in the game. All this stuff set to off. And then they have this setting called asymmetrical hearing compensation. Again, if you don't have any tune or anything like that, you can turn this on. Supposedly it helps you kind of differentiate where people are coming from left to right. But like I said, I've had no problems hearing anything. And then this one down here, reduce tinnitus. I don't know how to say that word, but make sure you have this on. Tinnitus, maybe. Reduce tinnitus. I don't know. But make sure you have this set to on. And then you can change your hit marker preset to default. Basically what this does is the sound from concussions and flashbang shell shock is replaced with more dull, murky sound. So it doesn't make that as loud. Doesn't override some of the audio that you're trying to hear, like footsteps. Another big thing that you guys are going to want to change in interface is going to be the mini map. You're going to go down here to gameplay HUD and you're going to click HUD presets, and you'll go over to visuals. Change your minimap shape to square. It will allow you to see a lot more. In this game, it's very zoomed in, so you can't see too much. Come down here to the rotation, make sure it's set to on, radar off. compass type off, turn your scale to 103, your icon scale to 103, minimap to 100 here. All of these are set to 100 as well. It will allow you to see a lot more and get more information on the map and understand really what's going on. And then for colors, if you want your game to look a lot more bright and vibrant, like some of these streamers that you've been watching before, these are very important settings. Come down here to color filter, change filter to 2, color filter target to both, and then world color intensity to 90 and interface color intensity to 100. You guys will be able to see everything and be dominating everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now that you guys have the best settings, make sure to subscribe. Comment down below what other types of videos you guys would like to see. We're going to have plenty of tips and tricks for Black Ops 6's ranked play, and we're going to be grinding to top 250. We're live all the time. Make sure to check us out. And until the next one, we'll see you guys later. Peace.